Good afternoon. Today, we are going to have a special guest with us on Education Expression. Here at Education Expression, we talk about everything, and I mean everything involving education. Today, we're going to continue our talk on gun violence and its effect on our children in our schools in America. The year 2025 has started no different as America continues to have the highest gun violence in the nation. In the nation. We're above rural countries, we're above countries at war. United States currently has the highest gun violence in the nation as of 2025, and we've only been in the year for 4 months. So today our guest is Deval King. He's a graduate from Chicago Public Schools. Deval is going to talk about what school life was like for him. Mr. King, welcome to Education Expression.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here. Can you give us a brief synopsis of what a day was like at Chicago Public Schools for you? Did you ever experience gun violence?
Yes, I have experienced gun violence almost daily. It started with being wanded down by security, having to go through security measures just to get into school. Kids were getting found with guns in their lockers, drugs, fights, and that was all on the inside of school. On the outside of school, the environment, it was a totally different thing.
So, Mr. King, you mentioned that you had to get wound down. Typically, you would have to go through a metal detector. Don't you think those things are good things to protect the students?
Yes, I do. However, going abroad, I found out that those are very abnormal things. Other schools, other kids, other states don't have to do things like that.
Mr. King, you stated that you experienced fights. You had seen students get guns pulled from them. Did you feel safe while you were in school?
Ironically, yes, it was just the norm. It was something that was normal.
So, our schools have normalized guns, violence, fights. You mentioned going abroad. Do you think that you would experience that in other countries?
I believe that every school, every person has its problem, but no, not to that extent. Especially coming from Chicago, such a violent city, it was very different going abroad. And no, I don't think that experience would be the same.
Mr. Kane, do you think your teachers felt safe? And did your teachers work hard to keep you safe?
The teachers, in my opinion, felt safe around things that they knew. For example, if you're not from where you're teaching at, then you probably don't feel safe because you don't understand it. And they did the best that they could to keep the kids safe, yes, without compromising themselves.
Mr. King, as a student from Chicago Public Schools, do you give any advice for our audience, for students or parents, or even your teachers that are trying to keep our students safe in the school environment?
Honestly, I no, I don't have any advice. Mind your business. Try to work hard. Keep your head down. You can't predict your environment. You can't predict the next shootout. You can't predict the next gang fight, and that's the danger of going to school in Chicago or in the rough area. Period. But for me, it was Chicago.
Mr. King, do you think there is any strategies that the teacher could implement to help these students? Why do you think there is so much violence in the schools?
I think being a person starts at home, and a lot of the kids that were there, my counterparts, were products of their environment, and so were their parents. And it's just a long line of, I don't know, disparity, I guess.
Did you go to school with different races?
No, I did not.
So you were with all African American students?
Predominantly, I think I remember maybe one Latino, but no Caucasians, no Asians, no.
Do you think that race played a factor in the violence that you experienced or the way your school was set up?
No, no, I don't. To
I,
me, that's almost saying that the kids were violent because they were all black, and I don't believe that.
well, thank you, Mr. King. Thank you for taking time to talk with us on your viewpoint of what was going on in your community and your school.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
There we have it. A student's voice, a former student, a recent graduate from Chicago Public Schools, expressing how he experienced the school system with daily violence, getting worn down, fighting, and guns within the school. America, our children deserve better. If you would like to comment on this podcast, please click on Education Expression. We would love to hear your thoughts and voices, where we talk about everything, and I mean everything education.